Welcome back, Acadiana. We are starting off with a wind advisory that will go into effect tomorrow morning through the afternoon hours. So we'll be dealing with north winds anywhere between at least 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts between 25 to 35 miles per hour. So you definitely want to secure those loose objects as we head into tomorrow. It was breezy today, but we'll see an increase in those wind speeds for tomorrow. And here's a look at those wind gusts coming up after midnight. Still gusting between about 15 to 20 miles per hour, but then further into the morning, that's where we'll see gusts closer to 30 miles per hour in the morning, and still dealing with elevated winds through majority of Saturday. Now, we won't be dealing with any rainfall for this weekend through at least early Monday. Our next system is not arriving until the middle of next week, so by then we'll see scattered showers, possibly a few thunderstorms, but right now I'm not looking at anything severe for next week. Just some showers coming through with that cold front. With that cold front, not expecting those temperatures to drop off. We will remain quite seasonable into next week with highs in the 60s and overnight temperatures in the 40s. Now, we're not expecting that for tonight. We'll start to see the cloud coverage decrease. Also, those temperatures decreasing back into the 20s, making for a hard freeze tonight. And also those feels like temperatures closer to the teens as well, waking up for a Saturday morning. And since we had that cold front come through earlier this morning and that cold air begins to settle for this weekend, temperatures Saturday afternoon not warming up too much, staying mostly in the 30s. We'll see temperatures closer to the low 40s for our coastal areas, but overall it's not looking too warm for tomorrow, so you definitely want to add multiple layers if you are out and about. Now, we'll be dealing with more sunshine in the way for Saturday. Still some clear skies going into Saturday night and early Sunday, but the coldest night, that'll be Saturday night with those temperatures in the 20s and feels like temperatures in the teens again. Check out Sunday morning. Not expecting any accumulations, but those areas may see a few snow flurries waking up Sunday morning. So let's talk about the cold weather alerts. It is a cold weather advisory and also a freeze watch for us in Acadiana with an extreme cold warning in the darker blues for eastern Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and so forth. So a hard freeze likely each night through at least Monday morning. So right now, temperatures for tonight dropping right back into the low 20s further north into the state. So central Louisiana, Alexandria in particular, about 22 degrees there, 25 in Ville Platte, Opelousas, 26 degrees in Oakdale. Lafayette will get down to 27 degrees, Crowley about 28, coastal areas, Kaplan, Abbeville, New Iberia about 28 degrees for tonight. So definitely want to protect all 4 Ps for all of this weekend, because we'll be dealing with sub-freezing temperatures anywhere between 3 to about 12 hours coming up for tonight, and this will only increase going into Saturday night. Now, the wind chills for Saturday morning mostly in the teens, and as you can tell, those wind speeds still pretty elevated between 15 to about 20 miles per hour there. And then fast forward into the afternoon with wind speeds still elevated, mostly feeling like the upper 20s out there around 3 p.m. for tomorrow afternoon. But luckily we'll start to see those wind speeds start to die off a little bit headed into Sunday morning, but still got some feels like temperatures out there in the teens and 20s. Now, for highs on Saturday, mostly in the 30s and 40s out there. So this will actually be the coldest day out of the 10-day period. And then for Saturday night into early Sunday, everyone pretty much in the teens and 20s across the board. But those highs for Sunday, we'll see those a little bit warmer into the mid and upper 40s. But aside from the cold temperatures, the East Coast still dealing with some winter weather out there starting tonight all the way through the end of the weekend. So the Carolinas will see the bulk of the snowfall, about 10 inches in some areas. Now, we won't be dealing with any snow for us, but the cold temperatures are here to stay for a majority of the weekend. And going into next week, we'll at least see those temperatures back in the 60s, making for seasonable weather returning with higher rain chances. Stay tuned. We'll have another look at the 10-day forecast later in the show.